Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Gurvish Patel. And first of all, I would like to thank you, Nattu Kaka and Dharmesh Bhai, to give us this podium to have a one-to-one talk with you guys. Of course, this is one of the presentation, but I will be really interested if you will ask more questions and if I can answer as many questions and queries as possible. I know Goodwin since 2012, and I applied for my externship back in 2011. 2012, I went to do MPH. So Goodwin helped me a lot. So that is something. Our relationship is like way a decade earlier, and it's going really well. So let me start with one thing. I'm international medical graduate, and I'm proud of it. As we know that number of post graduation seats are stable and undergraduate seats increased. At my time, we have 920 seats for medical school. And right now we have and around five medical colleges. Right now we have 39 medical colleges. I'm talking about only in Gujarat. I'm not talking about outside Gujarat. With the speed we are going, that we are proposing every state, every city will have a government medical college like Gotri and other institutes are quickly opening. So we have right now 100,000 doctors. Soon it is going to be 125 to 150,000 doctor. So 1.5 lakh doctors in India, and that will make India the world's number one doctors exporting country in the world. Like right now, we are having nurses, same situation. I came here to talk to KD and other hospitals to train nurses and bring them in a bulk with us in US. That was one of the plan during my district. But this is something going to happen with Indian doctors soon. And when Indian doctors think what to do in India or outside India, of course, they will have in their mind first country US, then UK, and then Australia, New Zealand, these other two countries, and now Dubai, because it's now quickly emerging. So we have like five options now. Of course, it's very difficult to choose until unless you don't have knowledge of all five systems clearly. US is like popular a decade ago or 2 decades ago, and it will be popular always. But the only problem is number of months and effort required to get into the system is way higher than Dubai's health authority exam or PLAB exam or New Zealand exam, because they are just pass and fail, and you quickly enter in the system. You start as a primary care doctor, like MBBS doctor. Compared to here, it's a huge long journey. People start with the student visa, MPH, MSCR, and so many programs, and some people choose to give USMLE exam here and then go for elective, externship, observership. We'll discuss all the difference later on. But most important thing is US will be always popular because of only two reasons. Most important reason I can say not salary, it's more or less stability. Doctors in US were safe that days too, and right now too. Many Indians are there, so all entrepreneurs, whether you think about UWorld CEO or you think about any other pharmaceutical CEO, majority of them are like Indian origin. So one is stability for you, for your family, for your children, and second one is of course salary. You cannot beat US salary. We'll look into that. Average salary on a day you become physician and you have your own first prescription. By the day, your salary is going to be 5 times higher than any other country, whether it's UK, Australia, New Zealand. So we'll discuss that part. So this is the reason why I'm here to promote more USMLE than promoting that, okay, you take a shortcut right now, go to UK, but then without stability, you go to some of the region where there is no stability, you work there, come back and decide, no, I want to go somewhere else and choose something else. So better you prepare USMLE as one of the backup, because if you give USMLE, everything is open. You can go to PLAB without giving exam. Even at the time of COVID, they were not asking registration number if you have USMLE thing. Even Dubai Health Authority exam is same. So we here my goal is to promote, if whether you think you want to pursue US or India or something, USMLE is worth pursuing during your journey of medicine. So let's start with the lecture. Before that, I'm going to quickly give my background. I did my bachelor from SBK's Medical College, Baroda, under Gujarat University, and then did Masters of Public Health and post-graduation for ICAT School of Medicine, Mount Sinai. My MPH was in biostatistic. And then I worked for 2 years as a postdoctoral neuroepidemiology and neurology fellow in American Heart Association as PI. And then I work in Mount Sinai Hospital for another 2 years. And then I opened research update organization that get approval in 2019 January as a 501(c)(3) non-profit research institute, like a small any other hospital, but it's a research academic organization. And we approved in state of New Jersey and state of Texas. Now my office is in Texas Medical Center, exactly in front of the Texas Children's and Baylor School of Medicine. And we are having approximately 15 to 16 physician collaboration who help us to take care of their CME, continuous medical education activity for resident, fellow, and faculty. In exchange, we are getting positions to do rotation in those hospitals. And right now, the hospitals which we are dealing with or having on board is Herman Memorial, UT Health, McGovern Medical College, Baylor, then University of Alabama, Huntsville, and major Bronx one, NYU Lanong, and many more. The whole list is there on the website as well as with the Mishbai. So with that, keeping all this in mind, let's start the actual thing. You can have a doubt, then you can write it, and then we'll discuss all the doubt later on. So let's start the main session: how to pursue residency in US. Or let's start with this: why US? I only give you two selling point: stability and payment or salary. But most important thing is we are in a forefront in the world of the medical research as well as the treatment. We have cutting edge research and that we have seen during the COVID. The way US, India, and other countries lead the healthcare profession was tremendous. So one thing is that, and then we have evidence-based practice. So the day you enter in the medicine, your knowledge will be exactly, ideally speaking, same like someone who's in 60s. Why? Because we only follow evidence-based medicine practice, update the book. So anyone who is PGY1 or who is in a 60-year of journey, they all will have the same access of the book and they strictly follow the protocol. Otherwise, there is a risk of having lawsuit and so many things. So basically, with limited knowledge, also you have a really good hand for clinical work, better life, work-life balance, more opportunities to practice in India, coming back and practice in India and practice any other universities in the world. On top of that, the work environment is completely different. No toxicity and burnout from your peers and colleagues. The amount of the growth which you can have it and support you can have it in US is very less. I have noticed here or any other part of the world. And the most important thing, let's say, if you're thinking about practicing in US, then you have several options. But any options you choose, B1, B2 visa, J1 visa, or F1 visa, you have to follow these common things, which we are going to discuss quickly one by one. Number one is the grade, good standing in your medical school, transcript and dean's letter, and the basic things required to pass your MBBS exam. Exam scores for USMLE, or I can say passing score for USMLE step 1. Passing, there is no score, so it's a pass and fail. So passing status, I can say better thing is passing status in step 1, in OET in step 3, if required. And CK is one of the only quantitative measure which will give you a score. So you require ECFMG certification. Followed by that, you will be knowing the system, how, that means you are going to do observership, externship, elective, clerkship, and so many more things we are discussing here. So those all the things will let you enter in US. You are going to attend conferences, you are going to do research. So you are going to basically understand the US system. After that, you will make presentations, poster presentation, oral presentation, attend conference, meet faculties, and you will be working, whether it's academic institute, university, hospital, or any other community hospital, you will be working on research. You will work on communication, and then you're going to start for your actual residency application. So see, this journey itself is longer, varies from 1 to 2 years to 5 to 10 years. Why even after pursuing this journey, we don't have anyone here older than 5-year graduation, right? So I don't think so. in US, many people decide to pursue residency at the age of 50s and mid 50s and late 50s. Let's say recent example under Ukraine and Russia war, we have U2U program, and many of the Ukrainian women travel because only children and women are allowed to leave the country. If someone is a guy and a doctor, they have to serve in the country. So they all were out under an asylum or U2U program in US. They all did USMLE and then they apply for residency and they enter in the system at the age of almost in mid 50s. My oldest non-Indian resident or residency applicant was 1994 year of graduation, who was in PGY2. And Indian graduate whose oldest one was 2010 to 2009, somewhere in that range, who entered last year in the residency program. So here we are not talking about whether you should be doing it early or you should be doing it late. It's just all about 10 years of practice, and then later on you can choose whatever you want to do it. So this is the basic path, and under that basic path, we are going to discuss now that what are the steps which we can take it one by one to reduce that duration. The journey, of course, is 2 years to 3 years. We don't want to do it for 3 years. We want to do it, we want to make sure we reduce it by at least half of the duration. So that's the main goal. Another thing, as we discussed, that many institutes now are very open to accept international doctors for elective clerkship and down the road for residency. But majority of institutes are having now Indian international medical graduates practicing as faculty. So now the resistance is way lesser in last 10 years than before. So let's discuss the path, what one should be dealing with or juggling with. So when you are having the baggage of MBBS degree, then you are going to deal with for US especially, to deal with the exam, electives, LORs, experiences, interview performance, and then match come. Instead of here in other countries, you just give exam, appear in interview, and then match. So this is a little bit different in terms of the standard practice. Okay. So few things I want to, this is going to be the most important slide that if someone is going to pursue for USMLE, most important thing here is the timeline. I always emphasize that before you start your journey for USMLE, you go for retrograde timeline, which year you want to apply. And from that year, come to the today and how you're going to utilize every month, first of all. And then within a month, what you want to do it, that is going to be your plan for monthly planning in terms of weekly division. So this is the timeline is most important. Then you need to choose your battle in terms of visa by whether you want to go for B1, B2 to do observership, externship, elective. I tried back in 2011. I got acceptance after 8 months on Johns Hopkins and Emory 2 hospital. But my B1, B2 got denied 2 times. 2 times. And then I was like, there is no option because now I'm not going to get third time. Then I jumped my pathway, switch it to student visa, MPH. Nowadays, MPH, MSCR, PhD CR, many options are open. We can discuss, that's a whole different ballgame, and we can discuss hours and hours regarding to that. But that's the second path, student visa. The third path is J1 research visa. So there are 3 paths. Besides that, many people from NHL and Clemson Medical College, they're having their green card already filed. They have their spouse visa, and there are many more other options, investment options and all. But these are the standard visa since last at least 1 to 2 decades I'm knowing it. So these 3, out of that, you have to choose one for you. Most important thing is cost structure. When I'm going to make the retrograde timeline, I always emphasize that, hey, right, payment or expenses attached with each and every step. Not exam, but whether you are traveling to US, what is going to be expense for traveling? What is going to be the forex you require? What is going to be the visa expense or living expense, food expense, rotation, research, publication, application? If one mean number of attempts by which people match is 2 years, then you have to think about double cycles, double conferences, or double time to visit US. So the expense or cost structure you have to be keeping in your mind ready. Then you start your step confirmation. Here, I have seen majority of the medical school, my senior is doing USMLE. Let me do USMLE. Let's start with step. That's what I did. But then after starting step one, I realized that all these things are most important, which I ignored. And then I ended up with $80,000 worth of loan. By the time I finished everything, I got my first job or first salary. The loan piled up with interest 100,000. It was still not big deal because as Dharmesh Bhai said that first paycheck, first year's tax return, everything is paid off. You know, your salary start from 300,000, and if you're a good entrepreneur physician, then reach to 500,000. So we are here talking about everything will be paid off, but why you want to spend when you can plan, right? So then step one and step two will start. Now, CK is only quantitative measure in the whole journey. So your full focus will be on step two. Indians are good at quantitative measures, means something that you can measure. If I'm telling you that your NEET score will be 1,000 or your ranking should be 1,000, then only you will get orthopedic. So your focus will be always on the NEET ranking on 1,000, right? But let's say if you are going to appear in the exam, there's only pass and fail, and every one of you will be passed. Then who will get orthopedic in India? Who will get radiology in India? That's a big crisis. So that is the crisis in the whole world, by the way. But only thing is people are genuine. So if he will pass and he will pass, I'll take both of their interview. I'll see who is putting more effort, who is more front end. I'll give the offer to whomever I want. But if that system launched to India, India will become the hub for the medical corruption. So that's why we are having scoring. But here only one score is now considering as a score. Otherwise, everything is pass and fail. Now, in that circumstances, many of the Pakistan and other countries are having biopsies and question summaries are going out. So they all score 250 up. So now there's another challenge that normal Nepali and Pakistani score at least 20 points higher than Americans. And everyone score higher than Americans. So whom to choose among them is also another challenge. So even down the road, government is having also pressure for one reason of that to remove the score of CK next 5 to 10 years. Another pressure is coming from Caribbean islands because their scores are super low. So their student needs to match because their fees are 200 to 300,000 US dollars. So that's why they're also pushing US policymakers to remove the exam. So everyone will be like looking like same. And Caribbean island has 24 months of rotation, 20 months of rotation. Compared to Indians have only 2 month, 3 month, 4 month rotation. Caribbean islands people are green card citizen. And we are not green card citizens, so we will be pushed out of little bit in the game. So we'll discuss about statistic, how many Indians are matching every year, so you will have idea of what is the huge thing going on. But here is the CK, then you work on the US clinical experience and recommendations and research. And then step 3. And then you prepare your electronic residency application. And then you apply everywhere 300 application together on one day, 1 hour. You click the button and all 300, 400, 500 program will receive your application. Then you start interview and then you plan your interview preparation from September month to March, or that is we call it strategic planning for September to March, which is called season of my application. So majority people apply for September 30 for the, let's say September 2024, they will apply. And they will match in March 11. So between those time, they will be going here. If you don't get interview, then you will be preparing for next year application, right? But if you get interview, you will be giving interview in this time. And then peak seasons, if you don't match, then people will be hurrying for do more rotation, more research during April to August. So you require a strategic planning, separate strategic planning from September to March. And you require separate planning from April to August. There are 2 strategies exist usually. So this is something up to here exam, we call it game 1, phase 1. And after that, everything is connection, application, and game 2. So this is something you have to keep in your mind. Many people are doing rotations during their intern year. So you can do internship, whatever you're doing during internship, we call it externship. So you can choose externship if you don't want to wait until your scores are out. But if you think your scores will not be out, then better to do internship after your scores are out and you're very sure you are having competing score, you don't have failure attempts, right? Now, this is the timeline, as I mentioned, that September 30th, every year same day, almost the application season start. Programs send invite, programs send you invite, so you will have interviews, you will appear for interview, then you will have a rank order list that whom you want to rank, and which program likes you, and they will rank you, and then down the road, the second week of, so this time is 11th March, every year, different Monday of the March, second Monday of the March, they will have match result out. And everyone wait for this email, only one email people are working hard for like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, only one line. Congratulations, you have matched. That's it. That's the only one thing makes someone cry and so makes someone happy. Okay. So this is something during the whole process. Many things is important, like having good grades and good school, research, and so many activities, as I mentioned. But having a mentor is most important. A mentor who will guide you exactly what to do, at what time, with whom, that is something will help you to reduce the duration of the journey. My research mentors are different than my clinical mentors. They all mentors of mine are doctor, let's say, but my research mentors are different than clinical. My real estate doctors, investors, mentors are different than my academic growth, than my spiritual growth. Everyone should be, you should be defining that what person has what potential. Even if down the road you will have idea that if someone you talk with 5 minutes, you will have idea who can give you something better than other. So find out a good mentor is very crucial. So as I mentioned, mentor is someone who can help you with residency application, choosing specialty, research connection, program insight, professional sponsorship. So for example, if you get residency, right, you match and you got your J1. Good for you. Now you come to US on a June 1st, before a month ago, you start your residency program. You don't have driver's license, you don't have bank account, you don't have credit card, you don't have SSN. That means you will not get car without driver's license. Think about, you got your license, but a mentor guide you to get driver's license, but now car is $40,000. You need a co-signer. You will need someone to call, hey, this is the resident. Why don't you give at least some basic level car, and I'll make sure I'm taking guarantee. If he's not going to pay from his salary, I'll pay. So even professional sponsorship and the mentor will be required to help you. In absence of car in the first 6 months, residents travel 1 hour in the Uber or public transportation to reach to hospital. That means what? That means you have to wake up at 3 a.m. to reach to hospital at 5 a.m. and start taking notes. So you require mentor for each and every journey. You design your pathway, you dedicate a mentor, and you stick to the mentor, because again, whatever I'm going to tell you, that will be completely differ, maybe 360 from some other mentor, right? So the best thing is you have to make sure about starting your journey with the scores, planning, and mentors. Now, when we discuss about now USMLE, I want to tell you basic 3 pillars of the whole journey. First pillar of the journey is complete profile. That means we discuss about you are having now visa, rotation, research, scores, everything, and your profile is complete. Second thing, if you have complete profile, then you need networking, so that the complete profile you can show it to someone. If I don't know her, then I will not tell her that, hey, look, I have complete profile, I'm a good guy. So networking in 200 to 500 people is important. You do networking during research, rotation, in during conferences. So you make a good network, you pitch yourself, and you tell them that you are going to be the good mentee, a good student, help you with the research, rotation, or making connection. So we call it connection in India, but as a standard good language is called networking. No setting. Okay, it's a setting. You think in India we call, hey, I'm having setting, don't worry, come. So it's called networking or socialization, right? After networking finish, you got your interview, you got 5 interviews. There are 2 types of people. For half an hour of interview, you will not even smile. He will be super irritated, enter in the hospital, creating drama with the, let's say, pew, let's say, liftman, let's say, nurse. So some people are very open-hearted, discussing whatever they want to discuss, very good in ethics, but even very good in terms of communication. They know how to sell themselves well in the program. So even though you have network, second pillar, and you got 10 interview, people may not match. So in that case, the third thing is how, the knowledge how to sell your CV and sell yourself. So that is the marketing I'm telling you. So the all three things are clear, then you will not have any excuse that sir, I score 252, but zero interview. What is missing? Networking is missing. Sir, I have 252, 9 interview, I did not match. What is missing? That your skill of selling yourself is missing. Right. So the whole journey is revolving around this three fundamental thing, which no one will tell you. People have written big books. I also read the Red Book of Match. It is very informative book. Every single thing, whatever I'm showing you, it's having a chapter on each. But still, the whole journey is not about chapter. Whole journey is based on this fundamental thing, and we are still growing. How fast we can grow now? Medical school research. Quickly, I'm going to tell you about what is the importance, what people are doing it. When they're doing internship, they're doing extension. So they will put hold for 1 month or 2 months and do rotation in US, and then they come back. That's why they have two elective or two LOR during internship only. But the awareness of research is very low. And what happens is, if you're going to start research today, it will publish after 1 year. So here, what I'm promoting every medical school in this last 2 years of journey, from in-person visit or virtual Zoom sessions, that start your research in medical school. So by the time you finish your elective, you already have 2-3 publication. During your journey, you have another 2-3 publication. During your application, another 3-4 publication, and then you will match mean number of publication. So people promote elective during medical school, which is completely true. But I also would like to put emphasis that start even research way earlier. So by the time you are ready with your CK, your research is ready too. Nowadays, people finish their CK in June and they want to apply in August. Now, September, now will they focus more on research or OET or clerkship or externship? What they will focus? They will not able to focus on anything because it's only 3 months. And then they will not match. So they will complain, I have 240, but I didn't match. But it's incomplete CV. That's why you did not match. So make sure you either start with very basic thing, case report, systematic review, meta-analysis, or QI study, or clinical research, original study. But make sure you plan, you work on it, you start your study, you publish it with the help of any mentor. Choose your physiology mentor, pathology mentor, preventive medicine mentor. Preventive medicine would be the most interesting rotation, because that time you can publish as many things as possible. So quickly going with this thing, why it is important to do clinical research as a medical student in IMG. USMA scores are not going to be modified once you have CK score. Otherwise, everything is pass and fail, attempts are fixed. Visa status, only J1 people, J1 clinical people match with J1 clinical. If you score 270, 260, then you will get chance to choose H1 with the step 3. Otherwise, it's useless. So what are the modifiable factors? A good experience from hospital, inpatient experience, mostly preferred in a residency program or in a university program, not only for LOR letterhead, but also to go and to see and to meet more faculty, more resident, making connection. You are going to meet to chairman, and you are not going to sell yourself to chairman that easily. But if you're in a residency program, or if you're in a program where medical school is there, then you can make more friends, same residents, their fellows, their early career faculty. Hey, let's go out for hangout. Let's celebrate Diwali. Let's celebrate Holi. Let's celebrate this. Let's celebrate my culture. Let's celebrate your culture. That's how you will able to connect at a lower level, and then you can go at a higher level. So good clinical experience from university program or hospital will secure your B1, B2 visa status as well. If you are having some letters, as we were discussing yesterday, if some letters from private practice, and if I'm telling you, or visa agent, if I'm telling you, or if you will get letter from, let's say, Goodwin suggesting he got residency or elective in Mount Sinai, then USCIS will reject it. USCIS will tell you that, hey, bring letter from Mount Sinai, because they give you elective or residency, instead of I tell USCA that he got it. We don't want third person. We want directly school to write you the letter on their letterhead. So USCE should be at least 3 to 4 months. Now, ideally, I recommend 6 months. But if 6 months you are going to do it, then it is going to be super costly to stay there. So this is something we developed together as a program since last 2 to 3 years, where international doctors come to do 2 rotation during internship. They go back, finish everything, then they come back and they do one or two rotation in a academic again. So they will have at least 3 to 4 rotation, and then they will go to private practice for 3 4 months. So that's how they will have a free as well as paid rotation, and they will have more US clinical experience. You need to think about affordable living, feasibility of visa, letter of recommendation. If you choose MPH, then time commitment is also high, and MPH costing is high. If someone wants to do MPH down the road, let me know. I'll tell you why to do it and why not to do it. And if you are, let's say, for example, someone from my group of category where they treat research as a side option to earn more and more and more, and down the road they don't want to do clinical practice at all. My 60-70% people now, they are just using a hospital's affiliation just to have their grants and everything. They don't need to do any more clinical practice. There are really good packages in terms of pharmaceutical, in terms of QI, in terms of clinical trials. Then those options will be very good. If you're going to spend in MP $60,000 and you have zero need or zero publication, it's shame. Then there's no meaning of doing MPH. And that's what happened 90% of the people. And then they work with a coordinator with 30-40,000 salary when they should not be. Okay. So then some of the other options are there: long-term fellowship, clinical fellowship, and attending conference thing. But important thing is, if you have any of this thing, you can make contacts or you can have networking in the different conferences with different hospitals. This is quickly, I'll not waste much on this time. In this slide, I just want to focus on internal medicine. Mean number of publication, if you see, it's 7.9. The people US IMGs and around 9 for US, Indian IMG or non-US IMG who matched. So almost 7 to 8 publication you will be requiring for internal medicine, and some other branches are less, some are more. Pathologies are huge, 11. Here, neurology is almost 10.7. This number is 10.7. So somewhere between 3 to 10 publication for international graduate and 2 to 7 publication for US IMG to match. That is a minimum number. But anyway, US IMG have way higher number of publication, because to enter medical school also they require 2 to 3 manuscripts. Then you are going to choose specialty. Majority of the people choose internal medicine, but internal medicine, neurology, pathology, pediatrics, family medicine, all pathways are open. Prelim year, transitional year, categorical surgery. I have trained almost right now 472 to 477 graduates in this year, 80 more applied. So my alumni will be reaching soon 500, including 72 assistant professors. Among them, only one candidate completed surgery, and that girl was Gujarati, and she worked almost 1,900 hours the whole year for different institute, different collaboration. She never say no to anybody. Whatever you will tell, yes, I will do it 2 a.m., 4 a.m., 3 a.m. She will be sleeping whenever she gets chance. She's sleeping. She worked in the Mayo Clinic as a trainee as well. So she was sleeping sometime in the office also. So surgery required tremendous hard work, tremendous hard work. But still, you can able to match. So I know from Gujarat only 2 girls. I don't know any guy yet, but 2 girls got matched. One kicked out from 3rd year, and now she again got into surgery. So now she's going to complete soon. But moral of the story is, it's possible to choose your preferred specialty, but you need to plan in advance so that you have to be ready what you're choosing for. Right now, step 1 preparation, everyone knows from their senior. People choose Pathoma, First Aid, UWorld. Some people choose Anki cards, and then they have duration, pass and fail. So based on score in NPMEs, I recommend 340, 240 to 250 score at least in your MOOC exam. Then only sit in the real exam, because it's pass and fail. If you score 230 average and you sit in the exam, you may fail. So don't listen to anyone. Wasting 1 year will be affordable. Then having attempt, and then having more excuses that why you fail. Okay, so make sure at least in a mock exams of step 1, your mean score is 240 above, because there is no real exam score. So step 1 prep, then step 2 requires score. So you work hard on your U-World or MBOS or any first aid, any other books. I have plenty of resources, free resources as well. Let us know. Then we can share with you. So then you also score here. Make sure in NDMEs at least 240 to 250 in order to get 230 up score. If your scores are 220 in CK, that means you are not a good candidate. That means your phase 2 of the struggle, rotation, research, long-term research, everything will be increase. So phase 2 duration will increase. So better you work on your phase 1 instead of phase 2. Make sense? Then step 3, if your scores are low, then you will require step 3. People think if you want H1, then you require step 3. Very few people got H1. So forget about step 3 required for H1. No. People who has attempt, people who has low score, who is old IMG, who has any red flag, they will tell you to finish their step 3 before match, before rank order list. Why? Because if you will fail in second year or first year for step 3 multiple times, then you will not get promoted and residency will lose its 120,000 or 110,000 worth of spot grant from federal, which include your salary too. So then on third year, there is very few people who are kicked out and they will join third year in the middle. So ultimately it's a loss, 100,000 plus loss because of your mistake and you can't finish your step 3. So PD will not choose that route. They will make sure that you finish in advance. If you have low score as I described, then you have to work all on your personal statement research, more specialty, more application number, and so many more things you need to work. You need to work out with that. So better that your score should be good. Now, quickly, I'm going to explain what is elective, what is observership, what is externship in a simple language. Many confusions are there. Many people tell you whatever nonsense thing. It's a very logical thing I'm going to explain you, and that way you will never forget. Whatever you are going to do during your intern year in your hospital, that time, let's say your internal medicine rotation is there, or your elective rotation is there, or whatever rotation. If you are going to do that intern year rotation instead of your hospital to, let's say, BJ Medical College, that is called opposite of intern, it's called extern, right? So that is called externship. Now, whether you do it in BJ Medical College or whether you do it in US in somewhere in Cleveland College, still both are considered as externship. Only one thing is externship in your own country and externship in US or externship in UK. So intern and extern, those are opposite words. So that is whatever you are going to do it during internship, that's called externship. Now, whatever you will be doing as a specialized branch, let's say you are given elective. Every one of us got 15 days to 1 month of elective, where we are not going to do core rotation like medicine, surgery, gynec and something. We will choose subspecialty. For example, what is going to be subspecialty? Some people are telling us, hey, choose psychiatry subspecialty, but otherwise cardiology, pneumo, GI, pulmonary, interventional stroke, or neurology in your own hospital. There is no rotation for neurology. In US, neurology is not elective, but in India, neurology is still elective. So whatever you are choosing as elective, in US, it is also called elective, subspecialty. So elective could be externship too, right? Because during internship, you're doing elective as a 14th month, 15th month. So this is called elective. Elective means you elect some other branch. So now externship and electives are clear. Now observership. Observership means you become graduate, you become doctor. You're not student anymore. So you go to US and you are not allowed to touch the patient. You are only allowed to hear, listen, talk, take history, physical exam, and physician will write prescription, physician will plan everything. You are going to just stand there and observe everything, what is going on. That's called observership once you become IMG, International Medical Graduate. Now, observership is very poor in quality. No one wants to spend $2,000-3,000 in observership. So there is a new concept came up. People says that, hey, whatever procedure you will able to do it. Not procedure, whatever things like history, physical exam, I'll let you do it. But I'll not let you touch patient in terms of doing procedure or anything like that. So, but I will write the letter that you did not do observership. You have a hands-on. So we call it opposite of observership. We call it hands-on clinical experience. Elective was also hands-on. Externship was also hands-on. So how this hands-on is different than other hands-on. So that's why we name it fancy name now. That whomever is doing observership, legally they're only allowed to do observership, but still they will be given a letter that they did little bit of hands-on. We call it externship. Even though externship will be done during internship, in the letter faculty write it externship. It's based on whether faculty is comfortable to give you externship letter or not. Because letter will be written by faculty, read by program directors. So no one third person know what is written. So they can take a risk if they want to. So observership, if it has been done in private practice, you can name it as externship sometime. But by reading only, PD will get to know that what type of hands-on it was, and they will create concern as well. So I always recommend that, okay, choose elective or externship. That is better than observership, right? But we also have collaboration who help you to secure externship after you become IMG2. And then last, which you are not yet doing, or any of the Indians are not doing it, it's called clerkship. Clerkship is your sub-internship in your 4th year of medical school or your 5th year of medical school before you enter in even internship. So there you are not going to enter in the US system as extern, you are going to enter as a medical student. That is called core rotation. That is called clerkship. And clerkship never will be done during internship, because during internship we do externship. So I wasted a lot of money to apply to institute where it is written that clerkship will be given to you. And I applied. And then I wasted all my money because I'm not eligible to do clerkship. I finished already my whole medical school here. But I didn't know difference between clerkship and externship. So I should be only applying that time during internship to apply to externship program. So can you do clerkship? Yes. If you're going to do rotation before your final year MBBS finish, then you can also do clerkship. Okay. And majority of the Caribbeans are doing clerkship of 20 months out of 24 months. 3rd year and 4th year, complete rotation there. In India, one institute, Manipal University, also give you that type of opportunity too. So this is how to apply. Of course, you email them, you email 1,000 people, and then probably 10 people will reply, and one will give you option. We are happy to help you too. Second thing, your family's family, any friend is there, tell them to secure rotation there. So that's how whenever you go for 5 months of B1, B2 visa, do 2-3 months inside hospital, 2-3 months private practice, attend one conference at least. So you will have a good experience of research, rotation, connection, and clinical experience, everything together. Based on that, you will get letter of recommendation. So letter of recommendation is something waived letter where you will not see what is written, and that letter will be directly given to the time you are going to apply. Even though you did rotation 2 years ago, you prepare your letter of recommendation and give it to faculty that, hey, put it in your folder. After 3 years, I'm going to apply. To be precise, tell I'm going to apply after 3 years. I'll connect you 6 months in advance, and then whatever letter we are writing or you are writing, that letter we will upload it. But after 3 years, you will come to me and say, hey, I did rotation 3 years back, and now you will be asking me to write. I don't remember. What will I do? I'll copy paste from my previous candidate. Very poor quality generic alone. So that's why we recommend people that as soon as someone finish rotations with us, Lizette remind everyone same day that this is your template, fill it up within 1 week of finishing your observership or elective or externship, and within 2 weeks, I need that letter in my folder. Because after 2 weeks, I have a short memory. I'll not remember even what case report you did. Right? So that's why letter should be written very specific manner. It should be 2-page letter. It should be 6-7 page worth of 6-7 paragraph worth of letter describing who I am, letter writer, how we meet, what you did with me, since how many years we know each other, what you did with me. Are you doing something right now with me or not? how was your skill those days, and how you are better candidate for any other program. So think about, instead of you sell yourself, now I'm selling you to some other person. That is the most important thing of LOR. It should be written that way. Every single line should be like, wow, this is something better. So either you get a professional help or you write yourself, but do not copy paste from your seniors. It's not for plagiarism. Let me tell you, when 7,000 application comes, no one care about 40 page multiplied by 7,000 application who plagiarized whom. No one even have idea whether it's plagiarized or not. But if it's generic, if I read consistently hard work, then there's no value about that, right? So how to write letter is also one of the skill. Now, tele-rotation. Many people are doing tele-rotation during COVID, which is now continued. People think tele-rotation will save my money to go there, to stay there, etc., etc. But then you are going to lose opportunity to make connection. Tele-rotation could be from your top 10 experiences. Experience number 6 to 10 is okay, but you cannot do tele-rotation for your core 5 experiences. We'll discuss someday about all 10 experiences, how 10 experience should be written. You require top 10 experience to be written in your application. So out of that, one tele-rotation is there, it's okay, but first four should be the hospital, letterhead, hospital rotation, and hospital things should be there. And I recommend to even 7 let LOR. 4 you can upload. 6 and 7, wherever you get your interview, tell them that instead of I send program director email, you send on behalf of me letter that this guy interviewed to your program, he's very impressed by you, and this guy really want to match at your program. That will become your 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 LOR. So you can increase up to 10 LORs if you have 10 real good experiences. So tele-rotations are not worth if you're going to spend a penny on tele-rotation. Now then start with the extension of the education. Many of you are postponing your education by just telling that I want to do 2 months of rotation, 3 months of rotation in US, but I'll take 5 months of break, will do rotation, attend conference, come back and graduate. Is it a good thing? Yes or no? If during those 4 months, 5 months, if you prove that I came to US to do rotation, research, conference, and then went back, and then I pursue my internship, good. But if you take a break for 6 months to 1 year, 1.5 years, just to sit and write your USMLE Step 1 or CK, people are doing it, then it's not good. Everyone will got to know that during that time you didn't do anything, because you will write it that I work on my dad's clinic, I was helping my dad, I was helping my family, someone family member has some issue, I was morally down, I was thinking whether I should do USMLE or not. So all those excuses will be excuses. So only think about extension of your education if you are planning to pursue research, rotation, conference attending with the proof that you did it. Number one. And number two, if you are going to do it within next 4 months and coming back then, anything going above 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, everything is ready. Because our MBBS is already 5.5 years. Another 6 months will become 6 years. So compared to medical school in US, 4 years. So they will tell you that how is that you finish your graduation in 6 years. And I have seen some people with 8 year and 10 year, right? They finish all their exams and then they apply 10 years. So that's a huge red flag. So make sure what choice you have it to extend your graduation. That's it. Now, master courses in US, as I mentioned that we did it MPH. MPH has many varieties. I went with global public health. Within 3 months, I realized it's not for me. I choose epidemiology. Within another 3 months, I realized publication numbers are very low. And if I don't match, then I will not get green card on based of Nobel laureate category. You need 30, 40, 50 publication. Biostatistic was the easiest choice for me. Why? Because you're sitting in your fancy office with the laptop, and then you will be doing analysis for 10 different projects. You consultation, get publication in name in all 10 projects right up. My team right now is publishing in 17 different subspecialty, 10 in US and 7 in UK for PLAB US Assembly candidate. All 17 teams are publishing 3 manuscripts, above 50 manuscripts. Besides planning the projects, my goal and teaching, my goal is only to facilitate statistical skill. But every year I get 50 publications. Not bad, right? And each analysis will take 1 to 2 days to 1 week. So MPH, if someone is planning, let me know, there are better options. But MPH, if you want to do it, then biostat is one of the most lucrative field in terms of down the road continuing your career in MPH as well. Then we have MS clinical research, very heavy in research and residency program, also like clinical research masters as well. Nowadays, there are MS in epidemiology, MS in biostat, separate than masters of public health biostat. So now if someone is asking me, what should I do? I recommend people to do MS clinical research. If not, then MS epidemiology or MS in biostatistic. If not, then last option MPH. And that is something because nowadays every doctors are having their MPH degree. Like many people are there with the MPH. In my time, only 17, 18 people went in from the same medical school with MPH. We all stay together. We all did everything together, but that's very competitive. Now we are going to compete each other. So have something innovation. Now they're having MHA, Health Administration, Biomedical Sciences. There are many masters are going on. So if you want to do it because of any reason, because your visa get denied many times, because you have already attempted and you still want to go to US, then choose this option. Otherwise, don't choose this option, any of these options. Okay. Now, how to prepare your application for the residency? So once you have all this thing ready, rotations are ready, LORs are ready, research is ready, publication, networking, everything is ready, then you need skill to put everything in a good manner in your CV. So there will be a professional CV, which I update every week. One is going to be ERA's CV, which will be open during June, July, which will be submitted in September. So I will copy paste. I will never write anything in ERA's CV because it will create so many grammatical errors. So professional CV and ERA's CV should be different. 99% people today also directly start writing last day their CV in ERAS. They have pressure for LOR, pressure for pictures, pressure for personal statement. So they will make so many mistakes in ERAS CV. But instead of that, today on only you should start making your professional CV, and that should be updated every week so that you will remember what did you do 3 years ago in medical school. Otherwise, the last day you will not remember that I have STS short-term studentship ICMR grant. You will forget. So that is the take-home message here, that you should be making your CV very first day, then personal statement, and then finally the application. Once you finish everything, you will apply, then you have to prepare for interview. Third most important domain. Even though you have 3 interview, 1 interview or 10 interview, there is a same chance you will not match or you will match. Why? Because if you have a poor skill of selling your CV, then again, you will not have chances to match. So what was the importance of research during your journey? What was the importance of clinical experience? You prepare in the mock interviews, review the example, sample, record again and again and again, share, tell me about yourself. Right now, she will tell me some different answer, and a day she will be applying. That day she will give the different answer. But you should be telling everyone that, look, I'm applying and these are my questions, these are my recordings, final recordings of my basic questions. Can you give me 5 negative feedback? After our lecture finish, I always ask people that give me 2 negative, because everyone will come out and say, hey, your lecture was good. But no one will tell you that this was the mess up that you created, until and unless you are not going to ask specifically to them. So I always ask people what was good, what was not good in my lecture. So make sure you review your sample questions, including your strength, weakness, career goals. So many questions exist. We will discuss some other day. But then you record and share with your mentor, share with your seniors, and don't ask them open-ended questions. Do you like it or not? No. Tell them what is wrong with this thing. This is my CV. What is wrong? This is my personal statement. What is wrong? Then they will give you very small thing, and everyone has something to say wrong. You don't need to necessarily fix it. You can at least hear, so you will have idea in your mind. So instead of getting used to praising yourself, used to getting criticized and hard on you, that will be good for you to develop a better version of you. Okay. Make sure whatever you are telling that stories are aligned. I don't want you that you are going to go to interview and you will say I did externship and your letter is describing telerotation. I don't want you to tell you it was telerotation, but your LOR writer by mistake wrote it extension. It happened every time. Nowadays, there are many companies exist. They openly write it that, hey, you are going to do private practice rotation or telerotation, but we will give you LOR on hospital letterhead and faculty will support you on Mount Sinai, SUNY Downstate, Geisinger, all the letterhead. Many times. But then in the interview, student is by themselves because 1600 did rotation in a 1 year. So now out of 1600, 6,000 applications are coming to me. Out of 1600, at least 800 comes to me too. Out of 800, 80 people will say that, sir, I didn't go. It was tally. And this is genuine. Letter will not align. Same day, some other person did same rotation and he said, oh, I did it. And I went there. Now it's a huge blacklist for that rotation program too. So moral of the story is try to genuinely find the rotation. And I'm not telling you to do it through us only. Try to genuinely find rotation by yourself too. That what I did was I emailed to, let's say when I started rotation hunting, I emailed A to C, then C to D next week, then other thing. But then next week I'll send reminder to A to C faculty again. Then I will again sending D to F, then F to Z. So I was keep sending thousands of emails by changing only one line again and again and again. So you will hear from them. So my rotations were free. I don't want to lie, but my rotations were free. So I was good that, oh, I didn't spend $4,000, $5,000 in John's office and I saved those 3 rotations of $12,000. But that thing happened with the time and energy. So if you want something faster, and if you want something cheaper, and if you want something good quality, you will never achieve 3 together. Either you will get it fast and good quality at a higher price, or you will get a higher, you will have a cheaper, you will have, let's say, time will be delayed when you are going to do it. I want cheaper rotation, free rotation, but I want a really good quality rotation in free of cost. Then time you are going to screw. So you think whether what is something you, so that's what I'm telling you. If you start research early, then you don't have to necessarily go for costly program like MPH. Right. So think about those trials of duration or quality and cost. So that 3 factor is something you need to play with. And make sure you always are very, very open to the interviewer. You don't want to hide anything, or you don't want to. It is not like he's interviewing you. It's like a dating. You will be staying with them for 3 years. You don't want yourself to be burnout, and you don't want them to total expenses. USMLE exams expense $3,000. 2 times going to US expense $2,000 become $5,000. Rotation expense, let's say if you are going to find out if you by yourself, then free. But otherwise, if you're going to pay for rotation, it will cost you around $6,000. So total become $11,000. If you're going to spend money on research, in compared, you don't do it by yourself and you're spending, then our program is somewhere between $1,500 to $4,000. So it will be around 11 plus 4,000, $15,000. One application season will be $3,000, become $18,000. If you don't match, then another $3,000 become $21,000. So if my dad decides that, for example, hey, I have no monetary issue, spend whatever you want to spend it, then maximum expense will go up to $21,000. And living expense in both trip, 2 trip, whether you match first attempt, that 1 trip, whether you don't match on first attempt or interview comes there and you have to travel, minimum 2 trip, then another expense of living, you add $2,000-3,000 extra. So maximum expense will be $25,000. And your residency salary is going to be $65,000. Only within first year, your salary will be double. than what you spend. And the day you become your first faculty or first job as a physician, internal medicine, signing bonus start from 100,000 to 200,000 divided by 5 years. And signing salary is going to be 250 to $350,000. So mean salary $300,000, including everything. So you are going to spend 10% of the expenses of your first salary. So if you're going to miss 1 year, that means you're going to lose $300,000. And even it's not wrong. Someone think, oh, I waste my 3 years. That's fine. You can plan again how to cover instead of 300,000, $500,000 for upcoming 2-3 years. You will cover it that time. So you are not going to lose anything, but I'm just telling you, intentionally losing will cost you a lot of loss. So this expense is a higher side. This expense is a lower side, $15,000 if you're going to get, let's say, research or rotation, or you match on first attempt. Majority people match on a second attempt, but I'm just telling you that this is something expenses which majority of people they don't know. Now, types of residency, many of you are going to match only in categorical, but if you mess it up, if you have very bad score, attempt and everything, you can choose for preliminary 1-year position with the connection and networking, and then later on you can continue second year in neurology, second year in medicine, anywhere you want. So 99% match in categorical year, but rest of the people go for 1 year of program and they can work with that themselves. J1 and H1, I don't want to waste much time. Majority people only will get J1, spouse will get J2, and J1 will end up with the 2 year of waiver in India and 3 year of waiver in rural area in US. Now, if you think rural area means rural area, forget about that. No, rural area are way better than urban too. We live in Houston, Texas. No, I work in Houston, Texas Medical Center, but I live 30 miles in a suburb nearby airport, which comes under J1 waiver program. But that community is mastermind community. They have 2 beach and so many golf course and extraordinary luxurious life, which you will not even see any part of the India. So every time when students comes to Houston to do anything with us and research update, I always show them 2 things. It's like, go and see the community of Sugarland and Humble and those community. Do you want to live in such community? If yes, then you have to work hard. Those community better than this community only and only I have seen in Dubai. Other than that, I have seen many countries and many parts of the world. Never ever you can find with the $1 million worth of income in India. Many doctors in India earn in rupees more money than US dollars. Many I've seen doctors earning in crores. But the quality of life, you will not get it in the same money. You will have a bank account will go up and up and up. That will transfer to your children and grandchildren, but it will not be utilized. So don't afraid from J1. You can still do it in an underserved community with $350,000, $400,000 salary and having luxurious life. Okay. So this is salary begin from 55,000 to 70,000 when you end. This is the cheapest salary nowadays. Salary increased by 10% and salaries keep increasing by 3% every year in different program. New York salary, California salary is way higher than New Jersey or Philadelphia or let's say other metropolitan cities. Route after residency, there are many options are available. You become hospitalist, 1 week on, 1 week off, 300,000 package, 1 week off is yours. You teach, you do research, you give consultation, you visit different part of the world, whatever you want to do. Best word. You don't have any problem. The day you leave the hospital, turn off the pager, turn off the phone. Nowadays, there is no pager. Everyone, every resident is getting at least iPhone. Every faculty is getting iPhone, second iPhone. And the brand new 14th or 13th iPhone and above version. It's not like old 7 or 8 iPhone. So the second one is fellowship, cardio, hemo, pulmonary, GI, interventional, neuro, radio. In pathology, they have different fellowship. Everywhere they have different fellowships. Or you can go for administration. You can join positions from director, associate director to chair to hospital administrator to CEO, CMO, and so many more positions. And if you're lucky and if you're hardworking, then you can completely shut down your options and operations and you have your own company I run this research update and another 3 company while I was working. But down the road, I realized that now my stable income is keep coming. That's why I take a risk. And she did nursing. I did a whole this operation complete shutdown. We left medical school, medical center, Icon School of Medicine. We started our own company. And now within 5 years, my plan is stop every single thing, only deal with the education CME funding. Each residents are getting $1,000. 80,000 residents are there in every year. Each faculty is getting 4,000 CME to get their own education. There are every year 40,000 American faculty and 7 to 8,000 Indian origin faculties are coming out. Forget about, I don't want to deal with Americans. I am only dealing with, let's say, Indians. Think about 4,000 faculties, $4,000 I'm accessing. Count how much is going to be money. Right now, I'm only handling 25 to 30 faculties and my year finished. So sky is the limit from 30 to 3,000. And still we are having like almost 7-8 faculties team. So I need 70 faculties team in order to cope up with that demand. So entrepreneurship in India is equal to number of beds, number of patients, number of procedures. In US, entrepreneurship means healthcare IT, leadership, innovation, AI, VR, every single thing you think about it involved in the academic and leadership growth. There are research field. You can come to home country, Dubai, you can practice with the same salary. Once you have 300,000 salary official W2, and you come back to India, I know Mission Health, Mission One has many doctors from US that did fellowship and they came back full-fledged, 6 year of fellowship residency and they come back. Once you have 300,000 salary there, no one can give you single penny less than 300,000 in rupees in India. Your salary will be fixed. Because you get that 300,000, why will I join you if you're going to give me 250,000? Even though I'm earning in rupees, still my salary will be equivalent to 300,000 converting into rupees. At least I know 10 Gujaratis who are right now practicing in Ahmedabad and India. Mainly they're in Ahmedabad or Mumbai and metropolitan city, and each of them their salaries in 300,000 plus in India. You can do it if you don't want. And I know one of my partner, he was 1 week there, 2 weeks there, straightforward, and then come back and then here he serve or he give consultation. So he's also doing that in Bangalore. So that is also option. And again, as I mentioned, start with public health preventive medicine degree, salary 250,000 to all the way to salaries are written. This is the base salary. Now, I'm not going to disclose my salary, but my salaries are way higher than first few salaries here, considering my career. Salaries goes higher because of years, because of networking, because of companies, entrepreneurship, leadership, but these salaries are minimum. So if you think, oh, I am a bad idea and family, my salary will be 255. No, that's a base salary. From base salary, you can add 1 0. After 10 years, if you are having 10 family medicine practices and you are not going to go to all 10, you are going to give nurse practitioner to all 10 and you will be only available when calls are coming. So each setting will give you same salary, right? So moral of the story is more networking and more experiences you will be having it, more salary growth you will be having it. And most important part in US family journey is whether you're delayed by 4 years, 2 years, 3 years, if you practice in US for 10 years, everything is done. Yeah. You just cope up with all your stress. You will forget everything. All loan will be paid off. First time I came back to India after 10 years. First time when I came, last time, right? After that, but that time when I came, I was enough competent. Okay, I'm ready with everything. And if another 5-10 years and I can retire and I can serve or I can do whatever I want to do it, we call it passive income. So think that thing in your mind, that have a medical entrepreneurship in your mind, your passive income one day will be higher than your active income. So you don't have to focus on one-to-one relationship. Doctor means always one-to-one relationship, right? You will give your 1 hour or half an hour to one patient and one patient will give you 500 rupees consultation. That's called active income, one-to-one relationship. And passive income means I'm going to train together 1,000 people, and 1,000 people will pay for my same 1 hour, same 500 rupees, and I deal with one to all. And then they will, whatever they want to do it with that knowledge, they can do it. So that's called one to all. That's a passive income. And there is last type of income, which is called regular passive income, in which you are not going to show up. The people whom you train, they're going to show up every time on behalf of you. You will be going a celebrity appearance, and then still your income is keep. So I just want to make sure that think USMLE, then think about quickly you are reaching to the passive income, and then going towards that. Keep that incentive in your mind. Don't keep that, oh, you want to go for US and you will not match. What will happen? Of course, people, not necessarily people match, but people match at multiple attempt, multiple time. But the day you have settled life, everything is covered. Okay. Thank you so much. Do you have any particular question? I can answer all the question one by one. If someone wants to ask question in Zoom, they can type in. Yes, tell them. Type in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, they can type in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, sure. Listen, if you can announce.
They can hear.
They can hear. Okay, that's the. Okay. Any question?
Just one question. Like for USA, when should we plan USA? After step 1 or after step 2, or which specific part? Like we can apply by end of September 30, right? For residency. Like we should complete when our step 2, and at last for if applying that year, at last when we can do USA, when should we go?
Right. So now if you're sure that you are going to anyway crack CK, right? At least about 230, 240. Then you don't have to think about when you want to start, whether in second year, third year, fourth year, or final year, or after sports are done. If you are very sure you are going to have the exam done easily, then start during intern year only. I've seen people starting their third year. Many people from SMEMER and Surat Medical College, BJMC, they give you their step 1 in their third year of medical school. Right? They do their research in the final year, they do their rotation. As soon as the rotation finished, they were the one who were taking 1 year of gap, CK finished, and then they graduate. They match. So there is nothing wrong. But if you're going to waste for 1-2 years for sitting on CK and then you are not graduating, that's a red flag. So moral of the story, you can start as early as third year. During first year, instead of you read, let's say, our BRB and physiology books, why can't you read right away Kaplan and Ambos and Hubert the way Americans are reading, right? And you give your exam in third year. As soon as the university is finishing, now you will have next one. Next one will be after second year of medical school. The day you finish next, very next week, sit in USMLE. Because it's the same material. Next will be also MCQ 400 or 300 MCQs. So instead of you prepare for Indian exam, you prepare on a day 1 American exam. That's the same thing Caribbeans are doing. Similarly, during clinical rotation, let's say in internal medicine rotation, instead of you focus on your board exams or university exams, literature, Goljan or whatever, Golwala and all, you focus on first day US family books. And both the concept is same. If someone is asking you that tuberculosis, the same concept, you want to write it, right? So have a very specific preparation during first year, second year for first exam, third year, final year, and internship for second exam. So that will be easy for you. Now, retrograde. Now, if you want to apply for 2025, then of course, don't think that you want to go for CK in the same year you're applying. If you are going to go for CK, but you don't have rotations, you don't have research, then it's a waste of $3,000. You will turn the light. No, that's okay. So yeah, for the picture, done this part. Yeah. So most important part again here, don't focus on CK is done, so means application is done. No. Think about after CK, I'll need 3-month rotation. And if my rotation will not be available in competitive season, then keep 5-month backup. In 5 months, do 3 months, any 3-month rotation, rest of the time connection, private practice. Like literally you can walk in to any Indian's private practice and say, hey doc, I'm here to do my rotation. I'm this person. I've done my exam or I'm preparing my CK. Is it okay if I can come and observe you and write and help you in your patient note? I'll come early morning and then learn and then help you as much as I can. If you are not comfortable, I'll help your front desk. Right? Doctor will never say no. Because all the front desks are overwhelmed with the work. Doctor will say, hey, I'm not going to take you to meet patient. Okay, that's fine. I'll work on the front desk. After 3-4 days, he will have a feeling that he's a good guy. Another 3-4 days, he will feel pity on you that, hey, this guy is working very hard and I'm not giving him fair chance. On the last 10 days, he will say, hey, let's go with me. And if you work with him for 3 months, he will call a couple of people that, hey, this is good guy, and then help him to match. In 6 months, he will also tell you, I'm going to give you cosign. Hey, you want to take some loan or what? So it's all about connection. Why people are spending a lot of money, because you want to finish your exam in June or July. And then in August and September, you want to also apply. That means you are going to get 4 letters of 15 days. 15 days, remove Saturday, Sunday and holidays. You will only be on the hospital with me 9 days. In those 9 days, one day I may be busy or one day I will not be with you. That means in 7 days, how we will know each other enough to give you good recommendation? That is not possible. Right? So that's why I recommend people to do at least 1 month of rotation, such 3 rotation, or if you have money or if you have connection, then do longer duration of rotation to have a good networking.
So it should be done after step 2.
After step 2, you can come. But if you're doing internship, are you doing internship right now?
No, I'm graduate already.
Okay. So then in your case, there's no meaning to come to US in a right away. Finish your exam and then come.
Yeah.
Because if you come to US, you cannot prepare your CK. You cannot prepare step 1. But if you are ING, then approach is different in your case. But if someone is a medical student, approach is different. In that case, the approach is straightforward. Come to US during internship and then get that strong letter and then you prepare for rest of the week. Right? So those things are different. Make sense? And plan in advance, like put a liberal timeline. Don't squeeze yourself in 6 months step 1 or 4 months step 1 when you know that there is no possibility I can do it in 6 months, which will create pressure. Right? Okay. Other question? Any question? No question?
Sir, I have a question. So I'm having difficulty finding observership in universities.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So first thing is you should be emailing a lot of people. And anyone who is knowing you, you should tell them too.
Yeah.
It may take time, but it's free approach. The second approach is we are having almost 500 spots in the university hospital for our students. And whatever prices you can see there online, they will give us 50% off. And which will cost you around $22,000, $2,100 a month. Those university programs are having facilitate to give you letter of invitation on university letterhead. Those programs can give you university rotations. They have residency programs, so you will be meeting more frequently to other faculties too. And they will give you good letter because they are all Indians. And in exchange, we are taking care of their CME. So majority of our 9 or 8 programs, we have 2 to 3 spot per month. So you can directly connect with us, and then Dharmesh will tell you that what are the programs are there. UT Health, we have it. NYU Lanham, New York University, we have it. We have Bronx one. When Alabama, University of Alabama, we have it. Hofstra Health in Pathology, we have it. Many university hospitals, we have it. We have community hospital too. Now, the common complaint are this. University rotations with the subspecialists are very picky. You'll be lucky in cardiology, only some procedures. With hemo, only cancers. So your patient exposure time will reduce. Academically, you will be strong, but clinically, you will be weak in terms of university have more restriction. So I again recommend everyone that, hey, do 2 to 3 university rotation, but do 1 even community hospital, like we are having Larkin and other hospital on board. Even private also. So private is also, then you will also know this knowledge about having what is monetization of medicine is. Academic people are lame. You will see 2-3 patients a day, literally in stroke 7 patients a day, and then you are done. But in private practice as well as in community hospital, there will be no faculty. You will be treating every single thing with the help of nurse practitioners and PAs and all, 60 patients a day. You sometimes they will even help you with the prescription. Hey, write it and then go ahead. So that is the pressure you will see. So I recommend everyone to feel that pressure too. Not for LOR, just to see how to increase the revenue. In terms of yes, exactly. Any question? Ask anything. Start with you.
Like to know more about the transitional,
Transitional year.
yeah, transitional year.
Okay, you are done with your USMLE exam?
No.
You're preparing structure, you're preparing. Transitional year is a program where you have attempts and so many issues. There are two ways to tackle this question. One is if you're going for some of the subspecialty, start with the cardiothoracic surgery, orthopedic surgery, ophthalmology. Every American medical graduate will get a transitional year, which is called internship year, where you will be rotated in subspecialty of cardiology, cardiac surgery, this all subspecialty, general surgery. So that is a transitional year which every single American graduate do it to enter in their primary field. Second, Indians are or internationals are doing or utilizing transitional year in this way that I have attempts, I have a poor profile, but I still want to match. So I will be working with a transitional year program for a longer time. And when after 1 year of hard work, when their transitional position is not available, it's available completely, it's not occupied. Americans already matched and they have 2 to 3 transitional year spot or 30 spot open, then they will not let it empty because they will lose the grant. Then they will give you the people like IMGs just as a 1 year agreement. After transitional year, you are by your own. Then you have to again apply for PGY1 medicine, or you can go to PGY2 medicine if someone is accepting transitional year, or then in neither of this case, you will again take 1 year of break and reapply later on. But at least you will get hands-on experience free of cost with the salary of 60,000-70,000, which will help you to stay in US for another 2-3 years. So transitional year can be dealt by 2 ways, one by American, one by even neurology residents are doing PGY1 transitional year and then do PGY2 neurology. Neurology resident can do preliminary PGY1 and PGY2, 3, 4 advanced. And some neurology applicant do 3 direct 4 year of neurology residency. So that is just a year like an internship year. Any questions there? Okay. Sounds good.
1 second. Should I complete my step 2 CK before applying for rotations? As I have heard, it may increase the number of rotations one can apply to.
Right. So if you are going for VASLO certified program, verified letter of recommendation program, then they will ask step 1 and step 2 to become your application more competitive. Right. Our programs, we don't require such things that step 1 of CK should be done. We just need proof that you are a medical student or medical graduate, and we can let you enter in that particular spot. Another thing is if you are intern year and if you think that your internship will finish and your CK will not finish, then do rotation right now and don't wait for CK to finish. But if you are already IMG, already international medical graduate, in that case you can still applying right now by yourself for free rotation, for paid rotation, every rotation. So by the time you finish your CK, you're good to go. But in intern year, do not wait until your CK finish. There is no possibility in 12 months you can finish step 1 and CK together. So you will finish your internship and then your very crucial period to do rotation will be lapsed. Okay? Any other question?
So I have this same question. Currently, I am in my internship year. I am preparing for step 1. I will be giving within 2 months. What should I prefer?
You are in your intern year
Intern
and you are going to give your exam in 2 months.
3 months.
So if you are going to come to US now, your whole step 1 preparation will be useless. You have to again, because there you will be in party mode and learning mode, friendship mode, everything is gone. So if it's a 2 month only, finish it. Hold your internship for a few more months to do 3 months of rotation and come back. Which month of internship you are in?
It will be completed this March.
This March. So will they allow you to extend for another 4 months, 5 months?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's fine. Then finish your exam before March, hold your 1 month of rotation and then do the rotation in US and come back. Yeah, but make sure you finish in 2 months.
Yes.
Yeah, and what's your score?
I'm planning to, I am targeting to get more than 4.
No, but any mock exam have you given?
I gave 1 week back, I got 200.
200. Then also, and you were self-assessment?
No,
Which one?
NBS
NPMO?
23.
23.
I have not read
Really got
since
to it.
last 3 months for the practical.
Yeah, then do something like let me tell you something. If they allow you 5 month break,
Hmm.
then take 5 month break. First 2 months with the dedication study step 1.
Hmm.
And another 3 months go back to US. Only 2 rotation. We don't want to go for 5 months.
Hmm.
Just go for 2 months and come back. Right? Because jumping from 200 to 240, 235, it's gonna take at least 3 to 4 months. If you work completely with dedication 10 hours per day, you have to revise you would at least 2 more times. And for me to be, I don't want to discourage, but it took me from 200 to 227 in actual exam to reach at least it took me 9 to 10 months. While doing MPH, MPH is less hectic than your internship. So think like that. But at least finish step 1, and then if you're finishing internship, and your degree will be coming out in June, July, August, September. So you will still have a little bit of time. During that time, you can do rotation, right? If they will force you to graduate right away, then that's another question. Any question from there? No, right? You can stop recording. Thank you guys joining us on Zoom. And if you have any question, let us know in the group. WhatsApp group will answer. Have a good one. Bye.
1 second, 1 second. It says it says observership at renowned hospital versus hands-on in clinical through any agency, as hands-on is hard to get for IMGs. Is it hard to get for IMGs?
Let me reframe. What is the difference between hospital of externship or observership versus private practice? Anywhere, if you are going to get good experience, will be good. But anywhere where 15 people, 10 people, 7 people, 20 people are doing observership with you, even in private practice, that means, first of all, later quality will be compromised, completely compromised. 10 people are with me. Number of patients per day you are going to watch reduce, and you have less interaction directly with faculty. That means 15 student a month, 150 to 200 student a year. How someone will recommend you or other student to any program? So there will be no tailored career. So if some outpatient, as I mentioned, you go walk in, there is no IMG, and you tell them that I'll do rotation, that's even better because you will be working with physician 1-to-1 or 1-to-2 or 1-to-4. That's why we have 7-8 programs, because even in research, one faculty only write 7 letters, and we have 17 faculty write 7 letters in a year. Okay, in a year 7 letters. So, and in rotation program, one faculty is allowed to write 3 letters in a month, so 36 letters. 36 is still a higher number, but in a year, so outside of 6,000 applicants, 36 is very small number. But if a faculty is doing 700,000 rotation a month, it's a very deadly thing that you are going to learn or make connection, networking, or your letter will be good. So if it's outpatient, I recommend yes or yes, tell them I want free rotation. Full stop.
You should not pay.
You should not pay for outpatient rotation, because when you are going to go for inpatient rotation, let's say in New Jersey, there are at least 1,000 plus Patels, doctors practice. You can walk in any clinic. You can just Google it nowadays, ZocDoc, and you can find out in Journal Square, 20 Gujarati doctors, Journal Square, one location, 20 clinic. Take your 20 CV and 20 business card, walk in.
They'll say yes, okay? Because we know them all. They'll say yes.
They will say yes. Out of 21 will be anyway ready. So outpatients are free rotations. It should not be
You should not
chargeable.
pay.
Right. And in fact, if you work with me today 6 months, let me tell you 6 months, then we'll pay $10 per hour. If today only if someone wants to work here, 6 month commitment on a letterhead, I'll make sure that $10 per hour to $15 per hour cash salary you will get. Forget about you will pay me. No, I will need you more than you will pay me because nurses charges a lot. Their salary, their insurance are so many more things. So private practice should not be charging anything. On the contrary, they should pay you money. Okay. And instead of you apply for private practice, better you go there when you're doing rotation, and then you let's say if someone is having too much financial crisis, you only choose one rotation in hospitals. When you have 6 months of visa, so you do your 1 month of rotation and then you stay there and talk to every private practitioner. You will easily get 2-3 more free of cost. Right? So that's better to do instead of going for payment plan.
But that could only be possible if the steps exams are very high. If it's low, then we
Again,
cannot.
if it's done, you will have a better benefit because
Yeah.
then you will not be having mental stress during rotation. Private practice people will squeeze you as much as they can. Right? That's why they're ready to pay you. So if your exams are done, you can stay there for 6 months. But if your exams are not done, then private practice option is not good for you. Then you do rotation, come back, finish your exam, and then do the rest.
We have done in university-based rotation. How many of them we should do in the university-based? Like if we have done.
Yes, so as I'm telling you that they are having 4 letter of recommendation system, and they asked 3 most meaningful experiences as well. So I recommend everyone to do minimum 3. If you can afford minimum 3 and maximum 4. And that's why we have a research training program exactly like MPH. Work from home part-time program, 4 hours per week, starting from February, ending in September. You will get a letterhead of hospital, but it will be writing as a remote research assistant. But data will be exported from US to you. Instead of you go to Mayo Clinic and work on your research, data collection. We already have collected data for at least 10 years, around 500 plus million patients. You will be taught, you will be given the data, you will be working from home because hiring you there is going to be costly. So you'll be working from home. You will write Mayo Clinic exam. When you get chance, NIH exam, you're certified, and you'll be given our LOR in 6 to 8 months of your training. So if someone is applying in 2026 and someone is doing course in 2024, they can keep doing research until 2026 sitting in India. They will be only coming to present their work. So ideally speaking, if you have other research letter, something like that, then you do it. 2-3 rotations is good. Optimal is 3. Majority people are doing it. A good student is doing it 3 to 5. And if someone is not having money, they do only 1. But they still have 5 months of US experiences. By private practice, free because they don't have money, right? That's why they're choosing this option.
No, but one thing, whoever doesn't have the money has to have the brains. So make sure your exams are pretty high. 270 or something, because you're just investing 1 hospital rotation, which most of the students are going to have 3 or 4 actually, because each rotation is going to be around 10 points if it comes from a hospital or a university program. If you are getting something from a private practice, it's equivalent to 3 points minimum. So you don't want to screw your residency just because of the money.
Makes sense. So the thing is, if you have great score, I also have 2 program, very cheap program and costly program. $500 to $1,000 and $3,000 to $4,500 program. Now, if your scores are 270 and you say, hey, I don't want to do fellowship, I'm not much into right now green card or EP1. I just want to match and just come out of this headache. Then I'll tell you, hey, join the smaller program. 2-3 publication is enough. Your scores are 260 to 70. Why would you waste even money? Spend that money somewhere else. But now if you are 230, 220, 210 attempt, then I'll tell you, hey, join a bigger program. We need 10, 15 publication. And then you will have a stronger networking skill. And then even hire someone to train you for IB prep because you only have 1 or 2 interviews. So again, you can balance, but at least you should do 1 to 2 rotations in US, at least. And our rotation programs, I mean, this is why I'm doing CME for hospitals. So our rotation programs are trained in a way. So when you're gonna get your rotation, you will be working in the evening on a case report. So as soon as your rotation finish, you will be given a task for second, third, fourth month to complete the case report and review article and present in American Medical Association, Heart Association, so that's Society of Hospital Medicine, and you will be publishing in a journal. So that's where research rotation you can have it together. Okay, okay. So that